Hello kids, and welcome to another action-packed episode. Today is going to be a question that I want to answer. I don't know if I can, but the question is, what's the matter, you? Okay, so here it is. I picked up this Wii U, knowing it has problems and a couple missing items. It's supposed to be just the console, the power brick, the charger for the gamepad. It does not have the gamepad in here, or it's not supposed to. It's missing the HDMI cable, but I believe it comes with the stands and possibly the charger for the gamepad. But let's crack this open and see what's inside. I know they taped up some of these edges. Just cut all this tape off and find out, whoops, what we get. The box is pretty beat up too, so I'm not concerned. Okay. It's almost like Christmas, but you know your toy's broken. They claim that it doesn't display any video on the screen. So let's see what we have and what we're missing. Okay, for the first section, we definitely have the power brick. That's good. It does have an HDMI cable. They said that wasn't included, but I'll take it as long as it works. We'll see. And I believe that's the charger for the gamepad, or the charging stand, I should say. Manual and some setup stuff. That's about it for that box. So in the other section, I presume it's the console. It does not have the gamepad, the tablet. Fancy little Ziploc bag. That's the charging stand for the tablet controller. It's got some schmutz on there. I guess that's just a standard stand, probably so you don't have to charge it constantly. And I got these two little guys, which I believe, yeah, they're the feet for the console, so we can at least stand it up. Well, let's take a look at the beast. Okay. It's a wee dirty. I know, bad jokes. You'll be getting them often from me. It's pretty scuffed up. It doesn't look like it's been opened before. You have these little stickers, these little black square sticker covers that cover up the screws. They don't look like they've been tampered with at all. It looks okay other than the dirt and dust. That seems alright. Everything seems in order there. Shot of the front. I don't know if you can see that. But it is scuffed up, it's dirty. So I guess the first thing to do is we'll set this beast up and see what happens. Let's go! Okay, so I have the Wii U connected to my monitor for my computer. I used the existing HDMI cable that I had connected to it just because it was there, it was easier. And we have the power brick connected, and let's see if we get anything out of this guy. I heard the optical drive. There's clearly nothing on screen. Oh, hold on a minute. Okay. Totally unexpected. I'm going to get the sensor bar and a Wii controller, and I guess set this shit up. I'll be back. Okay, so I plugged my sensor bar in, and I'm going to try to get this synchronized with the Wii U. Not getting anything now. Now we're going to push the sync button. And then I must push the sync button on the remote. It's looking to pair. Oh, it found it. Excellent. Put my cover back on and press B to exit. This is ridiculous. It's a little crackly. You hear that? It crackles and then goes out. So I wonder if there's a loose connection. With the cable. Oh, I think it's just the HDMI connection that's loose. Maybe not. It doesn't. Yeah, something's definitely going on there. I'll see if I can continue on. Well, it definitely has issues. It's functioning. It does have video output on it, but it's flickering. I don't need to pair anything. We've never used a Wii U before. Nintendo TV, close that. Oh, here's some settings. System settings, sure. Oh, I need a gamepad to keep going. Balls. Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to figure out that one. Alright, so I guess there's the Wii menu. Okay, you have a Wii menu that's used to play the Wii software. I know this is kind of boring, but I bought this intending to do a repair video. But apparently we just have a little bit of HDMI interference, and I'm going to swap out cables, see what that does, maybe just set this up on the TV in the living room, and do some more playing around. I might have to figure out how to get my hands on either a broken tablet gamepad, or maybe find a way to get a new one. But for now, that's it, and I'll go tinker around a little bit more, and we'll get back and see what I find. What I found? What I found. Alright. Okay, so I thought I'd share another extra bit I discovered with this unit. Accepting discs seems to be a problem. Check this out. Not so good, Al. Come on, you can eat it. It's good for you. Yep, it's not going to happen. It looks like there's a repair to do after all. So, I guess get ready to see the insides of this poor little Wii. Let's get cracking. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to open this beast up and find out how we can fix that CD-ROM, or I should say optical drive. I was not expecting that to come on at all, so I did buy this unit with the description of it having no video display, and it was sold as is with no warranty. My plan was to do a repair video. I can still do a repair video, as we are going to attempt to repair the loading mechanism. I'm glad this wasn't opened already, so I know I'm the only one that's been in here since the factory, in here tinkering with stuff. Wow, okay, that just jumped on me. We're going to take off all these little covers here, little plastic screw caps. I'm just going to set them face up so they're not sticking on me or my desk. Oh, yep, those are coming off nice and easy. That's good. This might take a while, so I'm going to speed this up. Let's see, we have a couple on the side as well, or the other bottom, if you want to call it. I'll just pop these off. And when I say pop off, they kind of do pop off. A couple of them like flew at me. They're out for blood. Fresh blood. Like that. Holy. Alright. Kind of put my finger in front of it to try to keep it from flying into my eyes. Those any other caps I'm missing here? Nope, I don't think so. I'm gonna start removing screws. Beginning, I guess, with the front. And it has some funny little security bits in there. If I can get you to see that. Yeah, see that thing? You're like, try to get inside, bitches. Now, this probably is a regular screwdriver, and, you know, it'll manage. Use the one I have in my hand here. Get in here at the proper angle. It should turn. Or not. It might be harder than it looks. Now, get on with the other ones first. Yeah, I read online that there were a couple tricks to fix the video issue, and one of them was to remove the battery, which I'll show you where that's located in a minute. There's some instance don't know why it happens, but I believe it's with Call of Duty. If you shut it off in the middle of a game or whatever, and then you come back the next day, apparently your Wii doesn't display anything. Ooh, another security screw on the screen. So they recommend taking out this battery here and show you what it looks like. It's just a little cap. And it's very similar to a CMOS or BIOS battery in a computer. This comes out and it looks like these. Can you see these? Yeah. It's actually the same number as your standard battery. We're going to keep that out on the side. Then we're going to try to attempt to... I'll remove all these first, and then we'll get to the security screws, which are crazy looking. I'm sure we'll figure out some way to get in there. But I'm not going to do like brute force style. I want to take my time and not mess up the screws at all. And these on the side here seem to be a different size and length. I want to keep those separate. Yeah, they're much fatter than the ones on the bottom. Did this come off? Perhaps? Yeah, we'll see. You don't really ever want to force anything, because then it'll just look ugly and stupid. Kind of like my face. Okay, so we have some funky screws there. Now I gotta figure out how to get into it. Okay, I happen to have this broken Phillips bit. I don't know if I'll be able to show you here. Now you see one of the sides is busted off. I didn't intentionally do this to make a security tool, but apparently it fits in here for me, which is like fate. Fate of the necropolis. Yeah, don't ask me what I'm talking about half the time because I'm just making shit up. I just lucked out on the bit. These are in there a bit tighter than the other ones. Probably for the reason to like not open this. You do it on purpose. I was just checking to see if the screws were at different lengths. They're fine. Fine as wine. Can't believe this bit works. That kicks ass. Right now, how does this come apart? Does the front pop off? It moves slightly, but again, I don't want to force anything. Just want to kind of figure out what goes where. You know, you always watch those YouTube videos and they make it look like it's super duper easy. Oh, that comes up from there, so that's separating for me a little bit. Oh, those little rubber feet come out too. I'll keep those in mind. I just want to try to keep them in place for now. I'm just giving it a little pry. I'm not going crazy here. I don't want to snap any plastic. Looks like I'm thinking the front's gonna have to come off first because we have the plastic on these. I believe, you know, that little finger goes underneath of this, so we can't lift up this part until we remove this part, if you see what I mean. So let's try to get the front off of this cute little fella. It does kind of, there's some wiggle room there. Oh, the side comes off. So this side pulls back. You can see the separation there. And so that pulls back like a clip to a gun and lifts up like that. Oh, and there's some more screws there. Tremendous! As you can see, it's just kind of a screw cover. Alright. Get to do some more screwing. Unscrewing, I should say. I'm kind of grouping these little guys off to the side here. I'm using my short-term memory to keep them in place. Like I said, I've never opened one of these before, ever. Oh, it's funny, they have like a little cutout there where you can see a ribbon cable. It looks like it goes to the front panel. At this point, do I have clips? Are those clips on the side? You definitely have a lot of wiggle in the front there. Oh, look at that. Back kicks up. Kind of like, it goes this way. But still, it's going to lift up like that. What we see here, we got a split. It lifts up like this, and I'm guessing it just probably pulls back after it's cleared. Yeah, it's coming up. Again, just trying to be very easy on this and just take my time. I'll move this foot out of the way. Okay. Cool. That's out. I'm going to put my foot right back in here so I don't lose it. That just came out. They just slide into place with a little groove. That's groovy and stuff. Okay, as for the front, we have these two little screws here. Little black guys. There and there. I'm just going to take those out. And while I'm at it, I'm probably going to, clean out that heatsink. All it does is, keep the dust flowing. I have to label that broken bit my Nintendo Wii U security bit. It's awesome that that works. Pretty excited. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, I'm gonna also try, when I get this thing back together, it could be something as simple as a bad HDMI cable. Because the one that's attached to my computer isn't the best grade cable I could buy. It's kind of low end. Get a bigger screwdriver on that. So I'm thinking if I use a more expensive HDMI cable, it'll work better. There we go. If you ever feel like your screwdriver is slipping when you're taking any screws or bolts ever, stop. Because if you strip those out, it's just going to be a giant headache later. Stripped screws, bad news. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's why they have this little finger slot here. So it gives me the opportunity to lift this up and pull out the cable like so. That way our front comes off. And this has our eject power button and synchronization button. I've already removed the screw from the front. Now I'm working on the screws from the side now. Sorry about the cut there. You're probably itching for this to be over anyway, but thanks for sticking around if you're still here and stuff. And don't lose your screws. And as I said before, if you missed it when my camera battery died, is never force any screws or bolts or nuts or anything like that. If you ever feel the tool, whether it be a screwdriver or a wrench or a driver of any kind, if you ever feel it slip, just stop. Because stripped screws are a pain in the ass to deal with. And you could just be like, oh, I'm not going to put them in. You know, they're stripped and stuff. I just won't put them back in. Don't be half-assed. Okay, this seems to be loose now. It's lifting up. I'm just trying to see if there's any ribbon cables or anything in there underneath. Oh yeah. I see it right there on the side. So there's a ribbon cable under here. I'm going to see if I can show you that by being gentle. Come on, right angle. Show it to you from the front. It'll probably be easier. See that? You can see it on the edge. Right there. That ribbon cable. So I guess I'm gonna flip this up kind of like a casket. I mean a tombstone. Now flip it up this way on the opposite side of that ribbon cable. Now hopefully they gave us enough room to disable it. Or unplug it, I should say. Oh yeah, there's a good amount of space there. So see that? This guy? So this is going to flip up. Just be very gentle. See, that flips up like that, and then this is just going to kind of pull back. And now we're free. Okay, so we'll put this to the side. That's the Wii U right there, and here's your heatsink for the processors, all on one chip. I believe that's how they have it set up in this unit. And it looks pretty clean in there, actually. I'm looking through these little like honeycomb grate holes in here. It doesn't seem that dusty. It looks good. Alright, we'll put that off to the side. And then we'll get into this. We'll open this up and see if we can find any like broken plastic gears or things that are out of place. Again, just trying to use like common sense and not to be forceful on anything. Take your time. The world's not gonna end if you don't get to play your video games when you want to play them. It will just be more rewarding when you can play them. That's the whole point of fixing these things, is so we can use them again. So this is lifting up, just being gentle. Trying to figure out what this front face is doing. You can see that there's a lip here. It's going to pull forward clearly, but I do want to look under. I always like to peek in, you know, get a little thing, a little crack open, and then peek inside just to make sure there's nothing wired or connected to the whatever cover I'm removing. So that's that. Now I'm just going to give this thing an inspection. Now you can lightly move stuff around, never force anything. You know, I'm like, okay, that stops there, so I'm just not going to bother playing with that. That seems to move the outer edge. That's a loader. Oop! And I see here, I think I just discovered the issue. If I can show you. You see this little bit of pink right here? I'm guessing that is a belt. Oh. What in the world? That's somebody's button. Okay, there's a button from someone's clothing in here. That is crazy. Just gonna try to rattle it out. I have never... Okay, the things you find, huh? Wow. Okay. So, someone lost a cute little pink button. Why and how did that get in a Wii U? That's amazing. How bizarre. Okay. I'm saving that. I'm guessing it was probably holding one of these levers back from engaging. So I'm going to put this back together again, and we are going to test out the load mechanism. Oh yeah, I got it in. Alright, we'll just rest that there. I'm going to add the front face plate because we need to have ye old power button or we're not going to be able to turn it on. So this little clip here so you can get your finger in and open up the connector. And this is just going to slide in the front like so. Again, without forcing anything. Oh, and there we go. It fell into place. I'll put this cable back into the terminal. Sorry about the angles and stuff. I am not a professional director in film. And that just pushes down. Nicey nice like. Gently. Always be gentle with everything. As if this is the only one that exists. Yeah, that's in there nice. Okay, so I'm going to add power to this. And we have a power light, which means we have the ribbon cable connected properly. There. I'm going to turn it on. Boop. That's on. Now I'm going to try to load this game again. And hopefully it was the button of doom that caused the issue with this loading. Boy, they get you find in here, huh? Beautiful. Look at that. Absolutely sweet. So at this point, the only problems we found is, well, the button in the CD-ROM drive, and possibly just a bad HDMI cable that caused this to not display a video on screen. So the next challenge will be, I guess, I'll eject that. You know, putting this back together and seeing if we can't find a gamepad to use with this little unit. It's fantastic. Alright, well, let's get back to putting this thing together. Okay, so this thing is all back together now. The next thing I'm going to try is just a different HDMI cable. And we're going to do this right out in the living room at this point. And I'm going to continue to test the functionality of this Wii U. Let's get cracking. Okay, so I have the Wii U connected here. I'm using a much better HDMI cable. I haven't even attempted to use the one Nintendo supplied. I guess I should at some point, but I just want to test this with a really good HDMI cable. Turn on the old television. And then we will turn on the old Wii with the remote. That works. And let's see if we get a display. No signal. Look at that. Wait, oh, okay. I just was not patient enough. So that's firing up nicely. We'll see if we get that flickering stuff. working fantastic with the HDMI cable and it connected to the television. Which I'm pretty excited about. So I'm gonna just go ahead and try to play some, I'll put in the classic Wii Sports here. So I don't have any Wii U games as of yet. And that loading mechanism is working as smooth as silk right now, which is great. I'm just gonna go up to the Wii menu. This will bring us to the classic Wii. We're just going to do TV only because I do not have a gamepad. And this is booting up into the original Wii interface, where hopefully I can just go in and play some Wii Sports. Disc a minute to show up. And it shows up, so we're reading data off of the disc, which is fantastic. Our volume is fucking blaring. Let's turn that down some. Yeah, why not? May as well test everything, right? Save file created, super. I'll play some bowling, because bowling's fun. And they've added like an anti-shake command, or function I should say, into this. Now the original Wii, you're far away. If you shake it all, the little hand is like going blah 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 like crazy. And here it's working really smooth. It's nice. It works really well. Oh, that's fine. I don't care about saving for that one. Go in as a guest and play some bowling. All right. So it's pretty unbelievable that this was sold broken. It just takes a little bit of TLC. Okay, so you just never know what you're going to find in any of these projects. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll be back again soon, and I know this one was a little lengthy, but comments, questions, leave them below, and subscribe if you're liking what I'm doing. And make sure you're pushing the right buttons.